This is a start, right? If anything can, it has to be this one. Ren, right? We are targeting the Grafted Identity, I hope. Like, guys, I'm kinda feeling it right now. Let's just storm the festival. Like, I mean, sure. Did I order the triggers correctly? I'm not sure, but I'm drawing cards, so yeah, I guess. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we have absolutely banger of a deck. I know it might seem like a pile of random cards, this couldn't be far from truth. This is actually one of the most cool decks we have showcased lately. It draws so many cards you wouldn't believe. And it's actually a creature deck that I'm absolutely in love with. It's a great deck, and it's so much pleasure and satisfaction to just play this one out. And it's also Storm the Festival deck when you literally cannot miss. Even I cannot miss, so that tells a lot. So let's go into the exactly strategy and things like this, but believe me, like this deck is so full of synergies, you can spend like 20 minutes talking through them, but don't worry, we won't. We'll go through the basic game plan, just in case you are in for the short intro, and then we talk about the advanced interactions, right? So, of course, the full idea is that you play creatures. This is a creature deck, we mostly play creatures. Rootcoil Creeper ramps you, Dennick heals you, and both of them benefit nicely from Wedding Announcement and Broker's Ascendancy. We have only one of them, but this makes such a difference. Watch the games and tell me it didn't make a difference. This was actually hard carrying so many games. So later, as a game plan, you have Emperor usually to stabilize, and at some point you play Ren to just get the token and start going into Storm the Festival direction. One of the cool interactions that is pretty basic and important: add 2 mana of any one color, spend this mana only to cast spells from your graveyard. That really helps with the flashback. And with Ren, +1, you will dump Storm the Festival into your graveyard. Otherwise, you just steal the creatures, play Elspeth, and just smorg them. Okay, that's the basic one. The cool one now. So, man, this deck has so many interactions. You might be surprised with Teachings of the Curin, but it creates a small creature. This as a 2-power creature. This is a 2-power creature. Welcoming Vampire gives you so many cards in this deck, especially with Wedding Announcement. Man, I was speechless how great of a combo it is. You basically play Wedding Announcement, then you play Welcoming Vampire, and for basically like half of the game you are drawing 3 cards. What more? Welcoming Vampire into Emperor. Ah, you get it? You make a -1 at the end step. This is a 2-power creature, White Samurai token. And that means that during opponent turn you did not get a card, right? So suddenly you are drawing 3 cards a turn because you play something main phase, then you use Emperor at the end step. Like, you get so many cards. What more? If you you can hit the Grafted Identity from the Storm of the Festival, but maybe you are a bit ahead. So, Shana Purifying Blade. In this deck, you have Dennick. Like, this is not your only life-linking creature. So, first of all, the Dennick, you can attack with him and just get life. So, you play Shana, and then if you have 5 mana, you can already draw 2 cards. There's also hidden one. If you played Emperor at the end step, -1 to get a token to draw a card, then main phase you can use the -2, exile one of the creatures that attacked you, because believe me, they will be attacking you, and you gain 2 life. It means that Shana can also trigger out of the -2 for the Emperor. That's pretty nice, especially if that's your like last 2 cards. Suddenly you can draw 2 for free. And that's usually enough to just keep going with the Welcoming Vampire, casting small creature spells and so on. Okay. Ren and 7. This is such a big Planewalker in the deck. First of all, you have lands. And you will see maybe in the games. You know, you have Boseiju, you have Eiganjo, you have Cyclones. You can get a lot of value from your lands outside of just playing them for the Storm the Festival. But in this deck, you basically don't end with the card draw. Like, you can get so many cards, especially if you stack 2 Welcoming Vampires and 1 Wedding Announcement. Man, it's actually already 6 cards over 3 turns. If your opponent cannot answer the Welcoming Vampire, he's absolutely out of the game. This is just a question when. And in today's video you will see that Welcoming Vampire just keeps grinding. Either they do answer this creature immediately, or they fall absolutely behind in 2-3 turns. And the main share of on the cake. AO is of course important, but didn't come into play too much this video. But it's definitely strong for even the second ability, +2, +1/+1 counters on each permanent. It's like 2 turns of Broker's Ascendancy. But the big deal, the really big deal, Storm the Festival. First of all, this always hits. Even Sloth can hit Storm the Festival cards, so that's a big deal. And second, things like Grafted Identity, don't forget you pay additional cost only when you cast this spell. When it gets hit by Storm the Festival, you put it into the battlefield, you don't cast it. It means you don't need to pay extra cost. This means that this is a pure card steal for like basically half of Storm the Festival mana. What more, you can pair it with whatever, Emperor, Wren, all of those creatures, or even cast it for Welcoming Vampire into something with 2 power, which already gives you a card. You will also see this in the game. Like, that was sometimes enough. This seems like very mediocre hit, like 3-drop into 2-drop. It's basically you pay more just to get Storm the Festival, but the card advantage and the synergy you are starting to get will probably win you the game anyway. So the deck is super sweet. We went to 50% win rate with it in high Mythic, like it was around 1000 spot, but like it's really hard competition there, and I think that the deck can hold its own even in higher ranks. Like, I definitely had a lot of success. It seems to be performing averagely against mono black. At least that was my feeling. Like, if they keep killing one of your creatures every turn, you are not having a great time. And to be fair, most of the deck is extremely vulnerable to cut down. I think the deck has a lot of power, and it definitely plays so much fun, and like, you are doing so many cards more than in control decks. So I hope I did a decent job with introduction. There are so many more interactions, but you will see them in the games. And with that being said, if you enjoyed the channel, if you think it's worth supporting and it's worth your time, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment. All of this really helps with the YouTube algorithm and just, you know, spreading the word. So really appreciate for anyone who tried to support the channel. You are the best, honestly. And with that, let's go into the games and let's see the action in Mythic. Alright, opponent goes first. We can start playing our creatures, so I think I will keep it. Let's start with this one. So we have blue mana. We definitely will need it. And there's Talia. Okay, we drew it naturally, but we still need the green one. So I guess we just try to ramp with the creatures. They won't be able to block Talia, which is unfortunate. Easy Brutal Qatar. Alright, so we could kill Brutal Qatar, but it's not really perfect for us, in all honesty. Shanna is a real deal. Do they have another Brutal Qatar? Okay, then we will have plays. So I can use Eiganjo on Qatar. The problem is that we don't really get great ambush, because this dies to Talia. With Shanna, even if he has another Brutal Qatar, then we can start making shenanigans, kill during the attack phase, and then block whatever, you know, we want to block. If he has Anointed Peacekeeper, I guess he can name Eiganjo. Not sure if anyone is so good to name the Eiganjo, but that would make channel cost 5, right? Because, man, I never played a game when they don't have this card. I don't know how it's possible, but they literally always have this, and most of the time they have Talia on turn 2 as well. Like, it's a thing. So what is the correct naming here? Maybe Wedding Announcement? Or Emperor, probably one of the two. Oh, I'm touching Root Coil Creeper. It's such a good card. I would definitely name it. I would definitely name it. Also, maybe Mythic, also worth naming. I wonder if you can still name it, even though it's banned. Like, probably not, right? Alright, so our opponent is in the tank mode. Yeah, I think that Wedding Announcement is probably the best. Especially that Emperor cannot kill the Peacekeeper, it's already high mana cost. Even if we don't really like it. It has to be the Welcoming Vampire, right? At least we get something. I'm not really into drawing cards because then I die, so it's much better to just threaten the block. Another brutal Qatar will be super brutal. Emperor is also a thing. All of the creatures have to attack, so if they cast Emperor, they didn't play land, so they can play land, Emperor, and then we cannot block anything. Oh my god, do they just... Do they have the Emperor? Like, if they do, it's super bad. Okay, they don't have the Emperor. They wouldn't play like this then. That's an interesting attack. Do I want to trade? What is my next turn play? Probably the Emperor. So, enjoy the 3 damage. He will go into the night mode and he can flip Qatar. However. So I think he will double spell. Then he can steal another creature. Alright, man, that's a hard one. That's a hard one. I would probably like my cheap creature. This is 2 or less, right? Including the 2. Okay, just to make sure. So I can get Brute. I think it's still the Emperor. Even if he flips, it won't be during his turn. It will be during our next turn, because that's when the day-night cycle switches. So, you know. Oh, I just realized we are top 1200. I forgot that it's ranked. I honestly did. Alright, Guardian. Annoying, and I think he has the second spell. I think that was his strategy to flip the Brutal Qatar. But we can always steal him and get back the creatures if we want. Okay, nothing in the graveyard. And with Emperor creating tokens, like, it will be hard for him. Like, we can keep getting free stuff, and that's a big deal. So even if he flips, we still get the card. Yeah, it's only once each turn. Okay, sure. So we still get the cards, and card advantage should be the thing that gets us over the board. Land is pretty cool. And what will he choose? Is this the token? Token is probably the safest. Other things we can get back with, you know, any killing effect. He goes for the lifelinker. Well, the damage is the card is definitely not the greatest. I mean, wedding announcement is a thing, right? Do we really want to do it? He will go super white this turn probably. And I think we just try to get Brutal Qatar. This way he cannot really attack us. Alright, we will do this anyway. I want my cards. And I'm not creating another creature, so it has to be that. 3 lands from the top. Okay, definitely where we were really good so far. This turn and the 3 cards from the top definitely absolutely set us behind. Okay, so now we need to really make it work. I think this is the play, so we take Brutal Qatar and we sacrifice this one. So now the point is that we have Brutal Qatar, and if he kills it in any way, we get all the creatures back, including Shanna that he really didn't seem to like. Oh, it gets +1/+1. Sloth learning cards. Yeah, that's something I did not account for, but I'm really happy it occurred. Yeah, 3-2 is much better. Oh, are you freaking serious? We need to get rid of this initiate as soon as possible. Like, this will be such a brutal thing. He will kill the Emperor, right? Okay. Okay. Like, I will take this trade. Okay. I see. So it's a good trade. Do we want to get rid of Brutal Qatar? I think we kinda do, because next turn he can use Initiate. And there's no second counter, but he can play something that puts counters, right? And that's super annoying. Protection from white. All of ours are white indeed. So we would get Root Coil Creeper, and we would get the card as well. Oh yes. If not the card, I'm not sure if I would do it. But with the card, like, bro. Man, in his position, I would actually try to save Qatar somehow. He even needs to discard a card while we are getting cards, and now Initiate is not scary anymore. My card, thank you. And it is a good card. All I will say, that's a decent card. Man, Welcoming Vampire. I have to say, I'm really proud of the card so far. Alright, do we want to lifelink? Nah, we don't get the benefit. Let's just storm the festival. That was super weird tap. You really prefer this one? Like, I mean, sure. Did I order the triggers correctly? I'm not sure, but I'm drawing cards, so yeah, I guess so. Okay, and suddenly, just like this, we are really starting to get ahead. Like with this kind of board, his board just starts losing straight up. We can cycle this one, so this is a card. We can even attack Shanna into something. We get the lifelink, we play another Shanna, we draw 3 cards at the end step. We are out grinding the guy. He needs to do something really fast, and I mean, like, right this turn. Man, this turn the festival, even though it didn't hit like huge bangers, it was just a 2-drop and a 3-drop. So basically we got 5 mana out of... it's 6, right? Yeah, out of 6 mana spell. It's just the card advantage is the thing. Right, so... Well, he want to keep attacking like this. With lifelink we can make it... Like, we can work through it quite easily. Also, we have a blue card, by the way. I'm not sure... Oh, right, but it's also white. Right. No Storm the Festival, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Oh, never mind. Dennick. He cannot target any card in the graveyard, right? Cards in graveyards can be the target of spells of abilities. I would get baited as well, in all honesty, just to make sure. We have lifelink, so I'm not super scared, in all honesty. Do I want the other Dennick? No, I want the lifelinking Dennick a little bit more. So all we need to make sure is that Sungold Sentinel cannot attack us 5 times. As long as he's discarding cards, he's not really gaining anything, and we are definitely gaining a lot. With Wedding Announcement, it will be even better. You know what? You know what, guys? It gets better. 5 lifelinking incoming, so I think this will be a Peacekeeper. It will also make our Wedding Announcement much cheaper. Wow, he really wants it, doesn't it? Do we trade 2 for 1? I still think it's the Peacekeeper, honestly. And he thinks that, oh, I finally got the Shanna, he won't be able to draw cards. But in reality, we are actually drawing the cards right now. So we gained 5. We play the Forest. And now we play the Shanna. And we can draw 5 cards, by the way. We don't get the card from this one. You know what? It actually is worth. Like, we will get 2 cards for 2 mana, so it's nearly the same, basically. Man, Welcoming Vampires, absolutely outvaluing. We will be able to draw our whole deck, by the way. And let's draw so we can cycle all the lands with no mana. I will pay 3 gladly. Take action. We are drawing 3 cards, easy. And those are a lot of lands. So I'm discarding all of the lands that don't have cycling. Oh, never mind. I'm too eager to discard some cards. Those 3, like, if we have time, we will just cycle them. Brutal Qatar from the top. It's fine. It's fine. Emperor will be all the difference that we need. And Wedding Announcement next turn will start. Like, when we get the Anthem effect with all this lifelink, he cannot really go through. Dennick is important though. So let's make sure that he doesn't die. We need the lifelinking side. Okay. Like, he doesn't really gain anything. Like, he's getting Scry every turn, and that's super cool, but the problem is that he's also discarding a card every turn, and with our draw engine we can create way more cards than he can. So, you know, we just killed Adeline, basically. That would be a huge deal, and he did nothing. Like, all he did is just make 1 attack, right? Alright, so that was this. We'll get the cards from Wedding Announcement, or just storm the festival, you know? But I want the Emperor, sorry. I have to get the Emperor. Wedding Announcement. This will make sure that we don't flip to the nighttime. We get the tokens, so we get 2 extra cards this turn. And also we have mana for the Emperor. And the Operative? Yes. Yes, please. Let's get rid of another land. Man, we are definitely drawing a lot of lands, but it's so fortunate that we are drawing like 5 cards every turn, so we don't super care. Alright, that's another Brutal Qatar. It will be on Dennick. Okay, sure. We don't mind, and we will have Undercover Operative. We can get our own Brutal Qatar. And ours will be so much better. Man, how many cards do we have in the deck? 30. I'm pretty sure we will win this game, honestly. Oh, that's a... Yeah, I wanted to say, but that's really brave attack. Like, I really like Shanna back. And he has no cards. So, like, he's not really getting anything done. And the problem is, first he exiles, that's fine. And that's a scry, so first we let him scry because he has incorrect information about the state of the board right now. And now, just like this, we are making a very cute token, and thanks to enlisting, we will get... Man, this combo with Emperor and Vampires is absolutely insane. So we can trade like this, easy. And I think this is the turn when suddenly he's like hardcore losing the game. I don't think there's anything he can do, honestly. We can even get... Like, I don't care about the cards anymore. We get rid of this. We make Undercover Operative. Have you ever seen this one? We get cards, but so many cards. We are just overdrawing so much. And as you can see, he crumbles behind our like card advantage slowly but surely. Let's make another welcoming vampire because we are super welcoming. And let's keep the make disappear just in case he draws something crazy. And this was the game, I believe. I don't think he has anything to do from now on. It's just, you know, dealing 14 damage and that's basically it. Did I get some cards? I don't care. I just want my stuff. Tryon. We don't need cycling because we have so many... Man, we are absolutely outdoing the meta deck. This is like 60% win rate deck right now. So yeah, I'm really proud. Shanna doing some heavy lifting this game. Alright, we're going first. Our lands, let's be honest, suck, but at the same time they give full mana, so I think we take it. Like, if you see Broker's Ascendancy, we definitely start with this one. If we draw any pain lands, we are absolutely saved. Yeah, any pain land will honestly do. Broker's Ascendancy might carry us, but it will be hard. Okay, that sucked. So now we are left with 1 4/4 less, because that would be a 4/4 when it counts. Okay, that's super scary. Like, you know what? Is it Wedding Announcement? Oh man, like, we get more tokens this way, right? Oh man, that sucks. If we had the Creeper, we would just play Ascendancy and then we would get value already. So, the sucker test. Will you save your 2 HP? Witty Onion. Well played. Fishing for my mistakes. I can respect it and hurt from it as well. Alright, they don't seem to have yet the perfect opening, but they're really close to it. Oh man, the future turn will be so bad. We have 2 Emperors. I don't think we have a choice. We need to get rid of the Naturalist. Do we? Do we? Okay, so there's a lot of this is the most important turn in the game, by the way. Because we can do something like cast this at the combat phase, then it survives, or just make a Samurai and then Broker's Ascendance. That would be so big. Oh man. If we kill this now, they don't have a lot of mana. I'm scared about their mana most of all. Like, they out-tempo us so hard right now. And you can't go wrong with killing Naturalist. And I could play differently if I didn't have this Emperor, but man, that was a really hard decision. I can see like multiple ways this could be a bad play. But I just hope, thanks to us screwing with his mana base, he just cannot optimize, you know, his mana. And so far that's what's happening. And if he gets slower, it will be so much better for us. I think this is the broker. I know you guys want it, but remember, he has the enchantment that removes everything. Oh, I think we have to do it already now. Yeah, it will cost him full turn, so he will play land, he will remove Wedding Announcement and Broker's Ascendancy, but we will get one token. First, Wedding Announcement. Yep. If he's super smart, he will attack first, hoping for mistake blocks, because then the Anthem that will die. See, easy, but it's not a Banishing Light, it will only get rid of the tokens. That's actually pretty good. If we can get to Storm the Festival, man, we can just... Oh, we can make double play if we draw a land. But yeah, exactly what I meant, just on the weaker version, so I'm kinda happy anyway. If we get rid of this, maybe there's a chance. I mean, we need to just bank on it. If he had the removal, he would play it last turn. So we just need to go all in on this one. And let's keep the blockers. Like, Broker's Ascendancy definitely doing some work. We need one more turn of this cool thing. I told you, he just had it all. Oh my god, I think he top decked it. There's no way he would play like this last turn. I told you. That's exactly what they always have it. They always have it. And with the Weaver of Harmony, it's really bad. I mean, we have at least strong creatures, but we need to take this damage. Man, the Weaver of Harmony was so annoying this game. Like, we can double block it and just kill it. I mean, this way we can clear the board. And we still cannot get to 6, even with the root creeper. Huh. So I can get rid of Weaver of Harmony. And you know what? I'm desperate. You can smell the desperation from... Oh, nice, Mr. Nice. Oh, don't get me started even on this. You freaking use Circon Confinement 2 times for 1 mana into borrowed time. Nice. You are a monster. That's what you are. Alright, and he's here with the Devil Dog. I mean, we don't really have a choice, we need to let it die. Man, that was so bad. That hurts, like the borrowed time. I really thought he didn't have it, because that would be better play previously. Unless he's super smart and he's really witty on him. By the way, that's a tap land. That's absolutely bad. So, I mean, we have to go for the vampire, right? It has some power. And I think we just take the hit again from the Mishiko. We cannot really raise him, I think. Like, we don't have enough power and he scales way better than us. Like, especially if you add removal, right? Maybe I should get rid of the Weaver, but Naturalis was even bigger problem. Imagine all of this came like 3 turns faster. You must be so proud for playing the meta deck. Alright, that's enough, Sloth. So we can try those. I mean, it will probably be worse next turn. And there's no enchantments going into the graveyards this turn, so let's just take the hit. Like, we have to get as much value. Our token does not scale anymore, his token does scale anymore. I mean, this is a start, right? If anything can, it has to be this one. Ren and Grafted Identity. We will take the Kami, because I heard it grows really nicely. Right, we are targeting the Grafted Identity, I hope. Alright. Like, guys, I'm kinda feeling it right now. Just a little bit. Is it enough to raise him? Like, we have really good blockers right now. We need to kill him at some point, right? So Michiko turns. He can remove one. I mean, I will do it. I'm not entirely sure how relevant it is, but I think if... Like, we need to kill him anyway. And okay, let's see. I'm super scared what he will play. He has so many options in the deck. Alright, maybe there's some chance that he will finally whiff on the cards. Alright, that's a boost. Oh, we were... Oh, man. Oh, he knows. He knows. I'm so happy. Like, our pain was rewarded. Our pain was so rewarded. So, right now he really wants to trade with everything, right? Let's do it, main phase. Enjoy your lamp, my friend. I hope it was worth it. It feels so good. I'm not gonna lie. Witty Onion, I hope you see this moment. I hope the nicest are going here. Alright, and I definitely want to make this appear, but first, we want to make sure that there is a creature. Oh, by the way, we have enchantments in the deck, bro. And that's a 2-power creature. That's why we did it. We play the land. Lands are good. And that's an 8-8. That's a legit 8-8. I definitely attack with this one. Do I attack with Trampler as well? I probably do, and I probably attack with this. I think Ren already did his drop, in all honesty. Yeah, we are at 13. I don't think he can kill us, right? I don't think there's a combination of cards that will kill us. He will get a lot of Kami. Okay? But... was it a good play or was it a bad play? I can't tell, honestly. But I hope that with Dennick, Lifelink and Broker's Ascendancy we can make it work. We'll probably put a counter on either the Vampire or Dennick for the Lifelink. First one goes through, definitely. Yeah, he knows that there's something, like there was a priority. Man, it's so hard to play against good player. Like Witty Onion seems to be a really good player. And he knows what this stop meant. I mean, I will gladly pay it, right? And we have to do it right now. We have to do it like right now. So we will go for the casualty for sure. What will be casualtied? It's probably this. We still get to save Ren. Like, Catilda is such a big deal. And we did it, guys. We did it. Literally, Boseiju. If you never thought that Boseiju is important in the mana base, just look at this game. If not Boseiju, we wouldn't get the Ascendancy. And one copy absolutely carried this game. I'm so proud of this one. Alright, opponent goes first. I think it's a decent hand. So we play this. Okay, I get the line. We first use this one, just because we cannot miss any turn except the first one. So the plan is Teachings of the Kirin. Then, when we play Teachings, we will get the second chapter next turn. We will have a 2-2. Then we play Welcoming Vampire, and at the upkeep, we get the transformation. I think it should count. I hope it should count. We don't care about this one. As long as we trade this for card, it's absolutely great. Especially Welcoming Vampire is a cut down target. So, you know, let's not do it. Shanna, you monster. You absolute monster. Alright, this is getting a little bit scary. Like, Dennick is down so much. I shouldn't highlight it, but like, he's not a dummy. He will target correctly. Not the cut down. Okay, Infernal Grasp is fine. Like, this is his premium removal. We need to make it work. I think we use Emperor, honestly. It might play exactly into Invoke Despair, but we have enchantment and the creature, so it's actually kinda okay. It is what it is. Do they have enchantments in the deck? Not really, right? Mythic is not here. And I don't need more green. So you know what? It's actually Boseiju is not the biggest deal. So if they make Invoke Despair, it's their best card for the matchup. And they basically draw one card, so it's not the worst. Easy. Easy. Never didn't have it. On curve. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Because we will be getting some root coil creepers. I could go greedy, like super greedy, but it's not the way. They might have Liliana, they might have stuff like this. We just need to go with it. Like, I could play this and then hope to do it again next turn, but we waste mana. If there's a removal, we basically did nothing and wasted our best card. Like, we need stuff to work. He already used 3 removals so far. Man, this Invoke. How they do always have it. I know, right? Okay, enough with the run, because nobody ever complained about Invoke Despair in the history of Magic. Sure, that is super scary. Okay, like, I'm really happy about this decision. The problem is, I mean, I want to draw my cards, so what do I do in this situation? We need to hit an Emperor. Okay, this is actually one of the best draws we could ever hope for. I mean, yeah, sure. Like, we have to do something, and I'm not blocking with double Vampire anyway. But the problem is that we are doing so many cards each turn. We are getting dealt 6 damage a turn just by this Shrouded. Well, that will be an easy choice, even for mono black player. Joke, I was a mono black player for a long time. Like, actually in Historic it was one of my favorite decks, the not Cabal Coffers, but the Cabal Stronghold thing with wishes and, you know, just getting stuff from your sideboard. That was so epic. I still like this deck until this day. Well, that's probably the worst draw in the whole deck. So I think Shrouded did it again, right? Double removal into this, into Shrouded, into Trespasser, into Trespasser. Is there any way we can make it work? We can block a lot of stuff. You know what? Let's play the card. I mean, we are at 2, so we need a instant removal or we die. That would be much better before. Alright, I'm pretty sure we are dead, so let's just go with the... I mean... yeah, you got it. He's at 23, just pointing it out. Please don't attack. Thank you. He just decided to not do lethal this turn. And I really appreciate it, because he could just exile 2 creatures and kill us. I mean, this is awkward. This is really awkward. Okay, you know what? I'm conceding the game. I think we're in the winning spot, but I just want to help him rank up, so we will concede the game. And that is definitely what happened this game. I should hide this trigger. Moment. See? We just conceded the game. Alright, we are going first. A lot of tap lands, but we can make it work. Turn 1, we don't have play. Turn 2, we have the Painland. And turn 3, we can play even the Shanna. Not sure if we really want to though. You know what? I kinda want this one. So we are against some kind of control colors, let's say. So we definitely want to start some pressure already. That will hurt quite a little bit. So the counter is here. So we can either go harder or just use Make Disappear, and I honestly think Make Disappear will be... If they ramp into something, that's probably something you really like to counter. Yeah, that would create more tokens and more mana. So right now he has just 1 attack or 1 mana. And... haha! That was my trap. Man, that's so brutal. Like, that's actually brutal. This Painland won us the game, by the way. If not this Painland, we would be so out of the game, because we wouldn't be able to play on turn 2 at all. And suddenly we have full board that needs answer, and also Emperor that keeps pumping. So right now I think that... oh, we could lifelink, but not this turn. So let's do it like this. It is easier for them to remove, but at the same time Kirin is much more annoying. He has a creature, but it's exiled, so we don't really have a choice. Let's go for the non-creature. Now we pump the Kirin. You always want Kirin a little bit weaker because it has text and this one doesn't, so this balances them out. Yeah, it still sucks, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, at least that's a trade, right? He can minus to this one, but honestly, in this situation, we should probably, like, let's be a responsible gamer and get the value. Like, my inner Sloth greed just wants to +1 so we can 0 next turn and go for the Storm the Festival, but let's just make sure that we get value before Ren dies. Like, and something, we don't really have the lifelink. Let's make the +1 and see what we get. That's something we will do anyway, right? Some really cool cards that I would love to see in my head. Alright, alright, alright. So we attack, he blocks with the token. It means that we need... Yeah, we need to attack with everything. Which will also be a problem. He might just not block. And then we over damage by 7. Honestly, I think that might be the most... Oh my god, if he has removal, then sure. That's so... What? We still got the Emperor. Okay, sure. So I'm -1, just for the sake of blocking. And we're slowly getting into Storm the Festival. Is this kind of deck that has Depopulate? Like, they have more... They shouldn't have Depopulate, honestly. That would be a mistake for this kind of deck. They seem to be like entirely creature-based. We definitely play this. I'm not sure about the Shana. I really am not sure about the Shana. But you know what? Let's go all in and see if our opponent plays cards that destroy his own board. Because in this case it will be beneficial because it has so little sense. Farewell is on the line more, but he's at 5. I guess he would have the 6 mana. So yeah, we gambled a little bit and it paid out.